Let's talk to Connor Campbell. He's the financial analyst for Spreadex. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Connor. Right, let's kick off with the first slide, the euro US dollar. Key events this week, ECB meeting on Thursday, US non-farm jobs report on Friday. What's going on in this currency?
Yeah, it's a bit, if you look at that chart, it's not the most pleasant. It's
inconclusive.
It's not the easiest to draw any sort of major direction out of it at the moment. But, you know, this week could open up a bit more sort of clarity. You've got the ECB meeting on Thursday. Mario Draghi has been far less hawkish than his sort of US and UK peers at the moment, and that's unlikely to change on Thursday. However, there are some reports that, you know, there could be a slight tweak in language, something like that, to suggest that, you know, this long-awaited unwinding will begin to appear perhaps, you know, towards the end of the year. I think what kind of tweaks, what kind of shifts in language we see on Thursday is really going to be key for the euro, could help it break above, you know, 1.235 and, you know, keep going to 1.24. Then on Friday, you got the US non-farm jobs report. I think the key figure there isn't going to be the headline non-farm jobs report figure, but it's going to be wage growth, really.
Inflation.
Yeah, exactly. You had Jerome Powell last week sort of mention that wage growth was starting to pick up again. You know, it was one of the many sort of hawkish signals he gave off in his two testimonies last week. Interestingly, this month, I think it's expected to remain unchanged at 0.3%. Obviously, any movement above that is going to be a huge boost to the dollar and will help it sort of get a leg over the euro. Inversely, obviously, if it underperforms that 0.3% figure, then you're going to see the dollar fall. In terms of what our clients are doing, they've been sort of buying around that 1.23 mark. I think because that wage growth is expected to remain unchanged at 0.3%, and we're looking, I think, and perhaps, you know, Draghi does like to play his cards close to his chest and insist that you know, the ECB isn't going to do anything. So perhaps I think our clients are looking that this week is going to be a bit euro positive and help the euro climb back above 1.235.
Understood. Okay, well, let's move on to the Dow Jones. The key events, Trump's trade war, and obviously just repeated the non-farm payroll number on Friday. Donald Trump.
Yeah, no, it's been a hairy few sessions for the Dow Jones. You know, his talks of tariffs, steel tariffs, aluminium tariffs. Obviously, then last night it sort of found unlike the support base in the Republicans. Basically, I think Paul Ryan, his spokesperson, said that they were extremely worried about the talk of a trade war, and they're sort of seriously urging the White House not to go ahead with these plans. Obviously, that caused I think the Dow Jones jumped 1.4% on Monday after a pretty, you know, rocky open. And that's fed into the European Open on Tuesday. I think obviously it's far from done because Trump has shown a willingness to, you know, I think I was reading that, you know, his tariff comments, there was no plans behind that. No one internally really knew what he was going to say, and he come out and said it. So obviously him butting heads with Paul Ryan, which has happened in the past as well, doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to go ahead, but it does put enough doubt onto it that the Dow Jones could let out a rather large sigh of relief yesterday. In terms of our clients, they were buying at those 24,400 levels as it was falling towards those. So obviously I think they'll be very happy that it's jumped since then. In terms of going forwards this week, I think obviously any more comments along the lines of those tariffs, what Donald Trump comes out and says, you know, against what Paul Ryan and sort of that little cabal of Republicans has said. Obviously, and then the non-farm jobs report on Friday, if the dollar does get a big boost, say if wage growth does start to climb, then you could see the Dow Jones's hawkish sort of inflation-fearing worries reappear, and you could see it sort of pull back towards that 24,400 mark. But like I said, our clients were supporting around that 24,400, 24,500. So if it does start to dip back towards, then I think we'll see another wave of support around that level.
Understood. Connor, thank you very much.
Thanks very much.